Okay, so let's talk about all the craziness surrounding the LA wildfires. Starting off with how people think it was climate change that started it. Sure, the thing that barely makes a dent in humanity and our world in general is to blame for a city that is known for setting things on fire is what set things on fire. Okay, cool. Now, a lot of people do think it was actually arsonists, which has a lot of evidence behind it. I've personally seen a whole bunch of videos of arsonists literally setting fires. I'll show you one of them right now.
We're at 302 Pico, and people are lighting fires now. You can see they lit a fire. These guys, not all the people there, but some of those guys lit that fire, and they're actually, the trees caught fire, and then the palms are catching fire. So civilians are now lighting fires down in the so-called, flats around Santa Monica, Venice. So be safe out there. Fire department's been dispatched. We don't have enough water to put this thing out. But we're supposedly on the...
So there's arsonists all over LA. I've seen a whole bunch of videos. This is just one. However, we need to consider that it's California. People there are about as crazy as it can get. I guarantee there's a whole bunch of arsonists there all the time, probably doing this all the time, and it set a wildfire off this one time. I'm not saying that's not possible, but I'm saying it's a bit strange if it's true. It'd be kind of a weird coincidence, right? But regardless, this is what's happening over there. They keep setting fires because the people there are mentally ill, and they just do it. There's a lot of arsonists who live there, or at least go there. Now, some people are claiming that the arsonists were like feds that were like planted to do that on purpose and set off the wildfire. I don't know if that's the truth. I wouldn't put it past them at all if that is true, but I'm also not going to say it's true because there isn't really like direct proof of that. But regardless, there's proof of a lot of other insane things. For example, Karen Bass, the mayor, who is the most useless woman in the world, as she is nothing more than DEI, naturally being useless comes with the territory. She left for a trip to Africa, like, right before the wildfire started. Now, you people can say it's a coincidence all you want, but, I like to use logic. Is it a coincidence that she left right before? Is it a coincidence that she cut a lot of funding soon before? Is it a coincidence that insurance companies also removed fire damage insurance right before the wildfire? Those three things alone give a lot of validity to it being planned. So yeah, she came back to it burning as if she didn't already know, but what? Let's see, she cut the fire department of LA by $17.6 million so that she could redirect it to the homeless, which is fine. Aside from the fact that she didn't actually fucking do that. She said she was going to redirect it to the homeless, but she never actually did that because, again, they're politicians and they're DEI and they're liars. But even still, she cut $18 million of funding from the firefighters in order to do that, didn't end up fucking doing it, and that $18 million in cuts is what prevented them from taking out the fires. So, Karen Bass, useful once again. Or how about 1 week before the wildfire, she cut it by another $49 million, the equivalent of 16 fire stations. Like, what do you want me to say? So this woman cut funding to her city tenfold and disappeared from the city right before the fires began. So because of that, people went back on her Twitter and found something that she had said back in 2021 of how fucking useless and what a hypocrite she is. She tweeted back in February of 2021, Ted Cruz fleeing Texas in the middle of a deadly crisis is part of a larger pattern of the GOP abandoning folks in crisis. We need to build a movement to kick them all out. We're kicking out people who abandon their city? Interesting. But then again, as always, I guess you have to throw in, it's okay for her to do it because she's a Democrat who's the mayor of a Democrat city, so therefore it's okay. Alright, whatever. Go ahead and say it like you always do. But let's just keep going. So, like I said, we know, because that's what the evidence has shown for years and years and years, that, number one, DEI is the most important thing in our world. Actually doing things that are factually accurate, things that involve common, rare sense, things that are logical, things that are just in your face, obvious, do the right thing, always takes a back seat to simply being a woman or being black, right? Because that's what people think is important today, because everyone's brain damaged, right? So anyway, DEI was also a huge problem here, because of course it was. And here's a little DEI video from the Los Angeles Fire Department back in 2019. Let's see what this person has to say, shall we?
Is she strong enough to do this? Or, you couldn't carry my husband out of a fire. Which my response is, he got himself in the wrong place if I have to carry him out of a fire.
So, anybody who understands what a firefighter's job is, which apparently in modern day people don't, when you are a firefighter, if you are one who's actually good at their job, maybe you're a man and you're white, not being racist, just stating a fact, you know that there is a very strong possibility you'll have to carry people out of a burning home. If you're really fucking stupid, I guess I'll have to explain the reason why. A lot of people who get trapped in their burning houses may have the entrances blocked, and because of smoke inhalation, you could pass out or almost die. So it's very common for firefighters to break through the burning home, look for people who have passed out from smoke inhalation or whatever, could be family members and pets, and carry them out of the home. This is not some crazy fucking thing. This is just part of the job of being a firefighter. But because this person's a DEI hire, it's, well, why would I carry you out? That's your problem, motherfucker! I'm just here to call the fire racist, bruh.
Became a firefighter for the challenge.
You became a firefighter for the challenge, but you're not willing to live up to the challenge. Alright. What is going on? Women and minorities are underrepresented as first responders. Gee, I wonder why. Is it because they simply just don't apply for those jobs as much as others? I mean, we know that because of DEI and affirmative action, they're getting those jobs. Before, it wasn't because they were black that they didn't have them. It was because they weren't qualified to have them or didn't want them. But anyway, of course, yes, we need to hire more black women to be firefighters because that's what's important. The fire doesn't fucking matter. We just see people working at the fire stations.
The reality is, you're not one of the boys. You never will be one of the boys. But you can be a good firefighter.
But I'm not going to carry you out of your burning house. Women of color to talk about. Oh my God, who cares? Fucking cares.
People see you and they're like, wow, look at you. You know, they're so excited. Here's a female black officer. Because there's not a lot of us.
You want to see somebody...
I could make a really bad joke as to why there's not many black officers, but I'm going to prevent myself from saying it.
that responds to your house, your emergency, whether it's a medical call or a fire call, that looks like you. It gives that person a little bit more ease.
Imagine being this fucking stupid. Imagine being so goddamn fucking stupid that you think what's important to a person who was burning alive. The person's body might be on fire, you know, their home might be on fire, their business might be on fire, their dog may have died, trapped in the house. But you know what's important? Firefighter, please save me. Please make sure that you're a black firefighter so that I can feel comfortable when you come and save me. When people are facing their mortality, the last thing they give a fuck about is the color of the skin of the person saving them. I do not look at a cop and hope that he's white, or look at a firefighter and hope that he's white. I don't look at a paramedic and hope that they're white. I just want them to be good at their fucking job. Oh my god.
Knowing that somebody might understand their situation better.
What do you mean understand their situation? Firefighters only have one job. It's to fight fucking fires. So who gives a shit? How is a black firefighter gonna understand a black person's burning home better just because they are black? All homes burn equally, whether if they're owned by white people or black people. I know, shocking. I better extend it. Fire does not burn black homes faster just because fires are racist. Smart people are like, Matt, why would you say that? Duh. Yeah. You don't understand the modern world if you think it's silly for me to have to point that out. Fucking hell. Who cares? Like, this video is why the wildfire happened.
I love that it's a female black police officer and she's going around through the community and she's kicking butt.
The media...
I bet she is. She's probably a lot more aggressive than the white cops. She's probably beating up all the people that she arrests. I guarantee you. How much you want to fucking bet? Side note, how much do you want to fucking bet? Because I will bet every penny in my bank account that she's more aggressive to the white people that she stops. I will bet you literally everything I have.
Play a big part in everybody's lives now. So when you get to see powerful, positive women, it's refreshing.
I love the idea that powerful, and they cut to a woman going, yes, attitude is what is powerful. Okay.
Refreshing, and
but then again, that's what black people actually believe. They believe that power, confidence, is just being a fucking attitude bitch, like having a horrible attitude.
It's empowering.
That's all you care about.
When you think of women, you think of nurses, you think of teachers, but you wouldn't think of a police officer when it's...
Gee, I wonder why. Is it because women generally don't want dangerous jobs? I also don't think of a woman when I think of a garbage man. I don't think of a woman when I think of a construction worker or a coal miner. It's because women generally don't want those jobs. When you point out that women don't generally do those jobs, it's not because they just don't do them. It's because they don't want them, or they don't have the physical strength for them. Women are biologically weaker. Sorry for the facts. But that's just how it is. Like,
something that's reality for women as well.
You can't be it if you can't see it.
And by the way, there's been mountains of evidence showing that a lot of women who go into policing, because when you become a cop, you got to do a whole bunch of like training, right, to see if you can climb walls and things like that. And a lot of women were failing that training, so they made the training easier just so that women could become cops. And because those women became cops but couldn't do the training properly, so they had to do the easier version of it, when they actually were working as cops and had to do things like climb over a gate or something like that, a lot of the suspects that they were trying to chase got away because the women were not physically able to keep up, climb things, run as fast, etc., etc., etc. So, again, the consequences of DEI.
That's why it's important for young girls to see women riding around on fire trucks. Plus, it's fun.
Yeah, it's fun. You know, who cares about doing your job and putting out fires as long as you're having fun.
Is she strong enough to do?
I mean, is this the reason why all the fire hydrants in LA were empty? You were so focused on DEI and making sure that everybody's gay that you forgot to refill the fire hydrants? Because they were empty. In LA, they were literally empty.
This, or you couldn't carry my husband out of a fire, which my response is, he got himself in the wrong place if I have to carry him out of a fire.
You are sick. You are fucking disgusting.
I was the first African-American female promoted to the rank of battalion chief. With each promotion, more eyes come on you, more scrutiny. They want to know, does she know what she's doing? Does she keep her crew safe?
Some people walk in with the respect already.
No, you don't know what you're doing. You don't keep your crew safe. And the fact that you literally said, well, if you're in a building house, bro, it's your fault. You're a shitty firefighter. Like, fuck you.
As a female, you...
That's like saying to a woman who's on the street carrying her purse, some guy runs by, snatches her purse and runs for it, and the woman goes, "Police, help me, he just stole my purse." And the cop goes, "Well, it's your fault for carrying the purse. Bye." Like, God damn it.
You have to know your stuff. You're not given the opportunity not to know.
When it comes to women and being a police officer. You're capable of doing it. It's not a man's world. It's not a man's field.
It's not. It hasn't been a man's world in like forever. So shut the fuck up. Like it's been an exclusively women's world for at least like 30 years, and the worst has been the last 15 years.
I'm here. I'm a woman, and I'm doing it.
All right, so let's continue calling out the DEI insanity. So not only was that fire chief LGBT, but so is this one. Amid Palisades fire, Los Angeles' first LGBTQ+ fire chief is proving lesbians get it done. What do you mean? What did you get done? The city burned to the ground. What the fuck did you do? But then again, as we've proven repeatedly with SJWs, they believe that things going wrong is going good. So when you say get it done, you mean you got it done that you took down the city? Okay, if that's what you meant, I fully understand. I apologize. You meant you got it done as in the city's been destroyed, mission accomplished. Okay, got it. Anyway, that's enough of LA. I just want to show you one more time the effects of DEI and affirmative action, how it affects people who actually might be good at the job. You know, what happens when you hire based on race and gender as opposed to skill level. This is a story that Adam Carolla told.
Jeez, I want to talk about my white privilege so badly.
He's mocking people who believe white privilege is a real thing.
I graduated North Hollywood High with a 1.7 GPA. I could not find a job. I walked to a fire station in North Hollywood. I was 19. I was living in the garage of my family home. My mom was on welfare and food stamps. And I said, can I get a job as a fireman? And they said, no, because you're not black, Hispanic, or a woman. We'll see in about 7 years. And I went to a construction site and dug ditches and picked up garbage for the next 7 years. I got a letter in the mail sent to my father's house saying, your time has come to do the written exam for the LA Fire Department. I took it, and I was standing in line, and I had a young woman of color standing behind me in line, and I said, just out of curiosity, when did you sign up to become a fireman? Because I did it, or a person, 7 years ago, and she said, Wednesday.
So there you go. Once again, the effects of DEI, diversity, affirmative action, racism, or what SJWs call anti-racism. He had to wait 7 years because he's white. And the black woman had applied to be a firefighter just days before when he was in line to do his application. Again, for those of you who are stupid, this is not an isolated incident. This happens all the time. This is the effect of people who believe in DEI, affirmative action, and white privilege. Because there is no white privilege. There is black privilege, which is systemic. It is built in to the modern world that black privilege is systemic. I don't care what you fucking believe. I care about facts. Regardless of what the mainstream media wants you to believe, because you're all brainwashed when the media says there's white privilege. Listen, I know that most homeless people and unemployed people and dead people and people who commit suicide and mental health issues, I know they're pretty much all white men, but we're telling you that white people are privileged, so ignore the facts and believe what we say. Fuck you, I'm going to tell you the truth. Black privilege is what's real, and black privilege is systemic, and this is one of thousands of examples. Even if we go based on my videos alone, I've probably shown 60 examples over the last several years. But if we look worldwide, because I can't cover them all, there's thousands of them. Fuck DEI, fuck affirmative action, fuck black privilege, fuck inequality, fuck SJWs. And my heart goes out to the people of LA who lost their homes and their lives. I am very sorry that you being in a blue state with a blue mayor and a blue locals and all the insane people who live there is what actually caused this. And I hope you all get your lives back. See you.